Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are. Please like, subscribe, follow the channel. Consider becoming a member. Leave that donation for that fried rice and chicken wing. Chicken wings are one thing for sure. You don't want to be out here. And Caroline Dubois' shoes right now. Caroline Dubois. I don't know if you guys are watching how this is playing out, but Caroline Dubois, she looks a little deflated. You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest with you. Because when you talk about Caroline Dubois, right now, you can't help but talk about Clarissa Shields. You know what I mean? Because Caroline Dubois is starting to conduct herself just like Clarissa. Clarissa's co-signed Caroline, and people from the United States and the UK boxing fans are looking and they're saying, Caroline, you don't need to go this direction. Now, we got to start with the truth that nobody can deny. Caroline and Clarissa are elite fighters. They both have the discipline, the skills, and the ability to dominate anybody in their weight class. Probably a weight class below and above. Could be several weight classes. They both deserve respect for what they've done and what they can still do. So understand, this isn't really all about talent. And boxing is more than talent. You got to talk about your image. You got to talk about perception and the consequences of being outspoken in today's boxing world. There's a way to go about it, and there's a way not to go about it. Now, when you look at Caroline Dubois and Clarissa Shields, fans aren't just looking at the things that are most important. They're not just looking at what they bring to the table, fighting-wise. They're looking at the attitude. They're looking at the confrontation, the controversy, the disrespect, the bullying. See, they're no longer out here understanding that both of these women' skill level is top tier. With Clarissa, we already know what's going on with Clarissa Shields. I mean, everybody talking about Clarissa Shields. You get cats out here that don't know shit about boxing with these drama channels trying to talk, but they can't because they don't know shit. They don't know anything. They sound stupid. So because they can't talk about the boxing, they just talk about all the drama. Clarissa, Papoose, relationship. Do an interview, the boyfriend, Papoose, gone on Vlad. And they're talking about everything. They just talk about any and everything except for the boxing because they can't. There's a couple channels who, they keep up with, they're on boxing. So I think a lot of them, man, they're qualified to talk about her because she's a boxer. But the other ones, they don't even talk about what she does in the ring because they don't know a fucking thing about it. Everything is just the bullshit and the drama. No one's talking about Clarissa, top tier skill, all the world championships, the gold medals, and arguably the most accomplished fighter in women's boxing. Now, nobody throwing shade on Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. I'm just saying arguably. You know what I'm saying? And then with Dubois, again, another one. Highly skilled, technically sharp, seen as the future face of UK women's boxing. Same thing with Dubois here in the States is what's in the UK is what Clarissa has here. All that talent. In the ring, they command respect, but outside the ring, they're not really getting it. And you know why? They're outspoken personalities. Double-edged sword, people. Double-edged sword. You can be outspoken. You can have confidence. You can have skill. You can be unafraid. Because when you have those qualities, you can build a few things from that. You can build attention, star power, fan engagement. You can build those things. But as a result, you can create backlash, you can create criticism, you can create polarization. And right now, the second side is starting to show. When you think about attention, Clarissa has all the attention in the world. All the attention. All over the world, people are talking about Clarissa Shields. The GOAT, man, please, pepper. That's all they talk about. She has figured out a way. Clarissa could just come out here, turn her camera on, not say anything, and eat a PBJ. She could eat a big, nice plate of some food she could just sit there and not talk. And thousands of people would tune in and just watch her. Clarissa, I know you watch my videos. You should try that. That shit will be comedy. Just turn on your camera and don't talk. And y'all watch the thousands and thousands of people that will tune in. How do you manage to get that kind of attention? It's goddamn crazy to me. For Caroline Dubois, she's not quite there yet, but she has a lot of attention. Oh yeah, everybody paying attention to Caroline Dubois now. And again, double-edged sword. The star power. Clarissa's got it. And, they're doing their best to try to turn her into some superstar. The direction they're taking her is the direction they want to take her. But most of us have an opinion on what direction they should take her. But what does it matter what we want? You know what I'm saying? They're going to do what they think is best for her. But the star power, Caroline Dubois, her star is starting to shine. So she has it. She just has to keep delivering the way Clarissa has always delivered when she got in the ring. And fan engagement. Clarissa has her supporters, the Guodies, they eat a lot of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. She has her supporters. They out there. You know what I'm saying? For Dubois, I don't know about the fan support. I think she will absorb some of Clarissa's fans because Clarissa's co-signed for her. But I don't know just how much support Dubois is getting. I know she had a lot of die-hard support from boxing fans, men and women, because you can just look and see something special about her as a fighter. But I don't really know if she has her own little following like Clarissa has the Guodies. I don't know if Caroline Dubois, I don't know if she's going to establish a following like that. But the problem is, when you take an approach of being controversial, you got backlash, you got criticism, you got polarization, and that is what Dubois is dealing with right now. And you can look and see in her nonverbals, she's not really processing the backlash well. She's not processing the criticism well, and she's not dealing with the polarization well. She says she's built for this. She's been fighting since she's been 8, 9 years old. But I'm just telling you, with these things starting to show, and me watching her body language, she doesn't look that comfortable. I looked at the press conference today. She didn't look that comfortable. And I think it's a result of the Clarissa Shields cosign effect. Let me tell you something, man. They have something called a rabbit's foot that's supposed to give you good luck. And I remember as a kid, everybody had this damn rabbit foot thing on the keychain. But if they had something called the goat foot, you don't want the goat foot. That shit will bring you bad luck. Give me a rabbit foot, give me a chicken foot, give me duck foot, give me bull foot, give me pig foot, give me squirrel foot, give me the foot of anything. Giraffe foot, horse foot, donkey foot, give me anything. Don't give me the goat foot. I don't want that shit on my keychain. Bad luck, bad luck. Muy mal. But he want that shit. Clarissa co-signed Dubois, and ever since Dubois has been out here, man, looking crazy. But it's kind of nice to have someone who's in Clarissa's position to support Caroline Dubois on the surface. It kind of looks like great sportsmanship, fighter supporting fighter. But here's the reality of fan perception. Shields is a polarizing figure. Some fans admire her confidence, others are turned off by her delivery and constant controversy. So when Dubois aligns with that energy, some fans react like, uh-oh, Dubois becoming that. I'm not saying it's fair, I'm not saying it's unfair. That's how perception spreads. And them UK fans, let me tell you something, they ain't crazy about Clarissa Shields. It's a different culture. And I think even Clarissa Shields don't realize how different the culture is. You know, I think she just looks at Dubois as a black girl with braids. And she just figures, you know, I'm going to support her. And my thing is support everyone. But Caroline Dubois and Clarissa, I'm telling you, outside of just happen to be, you know, two black women who fight. They have nothing in common. And I think Caroline Dubois needs to, if she doesn't realize that, then she needs to understand that. And she also needs to really think twice about aligning herself with someone like Clarissa Shields, because again, you may get some attention. Your spotlight may grow, but so will the hate, so will the disdain. And this is where shit gets important for Caroline Dubois. You know what I'm saying? The UK boxing audience is different than the United States boxing audience. They traditionally prefer composure, controlled confidence, letting performances speak. And they don't mind a little confidence. They don't mind a little bit of shit talk. But they don't want the arrogance. You know, they don't want to feel like Dubois is leaning into a more aggressive confrontational style, very similar to the American style trash talking that they frown upon, in particular with Clarissa Shields. Especially that shit that happened between Clarissa and Franchon Cruz. The UK fans are like, nah, Dubois, is this what you really want to do? You want to come and emulate this? You want to replicate this? Nah. So that the reaction's been Caroline's trying too hard. She's crossing into arrogance, and we don't like her. So then you got the Terri Harper moment. Terri Harper shoved Dubois, and she shoved her again, and she got in front of her again. Terri Harper has started to come out here, man, and bully the bully. And you can see Caroline Dubois, she don't want to deal with that. She's a talker. She ain't into all the physical shit. Harper don't seem to be a talker. She's more into the physical. You can see Harper's way bigger than Dubois. I don't see how the hell Harper making that weight. But the moment hit hard, not just physically, but symbolically. Dubois looked briefly uncomfortable. That little shove that happened, there's been several moments now where there's been a bit of we got a little bit physical. And to me, Harper won those engagements, not Dubois. She looked uncomfortable. And the fans are sitting there watching and they're reacting. They're like, uh-oh, here we go. She getting bullied back. But here's the part that really got my attention. Some fans celebrated Harper shoving Dubois. And you know why? Because they felt Dubois needed to be checked. The confidence had crossed into something else like arrogance and trashy display of professionalism, lack of professionalism. And let me tell you, that's how narratives flip. But you know, there's only one person to blame. And it ain't me. It's Dubois. Don't be Clarissa. You're going too far now. That's what they're saying. You see that thing about the bully energy? That perception is something you don't want. And that's another growing concern among fans. That social media tone. I just came from running an hour outside. Got these new sneakers. These new Balance. Shit's like you got springs in them. I was out. So good run, man. But that bully energy perception, another growing concern amongst fans. Social media tone from Dubois, the press conference energy from Dubois, constant calling out opponents. They're sitting back saying, what is this? What are you doing? Hold your horses and stop taking it to the super. Some are interpreting it as being aggressive, overbearing, too much, too soon. You still got work to do. What are you doing? And whether it's accurate or not, look, perception becomes reality in boxing. And I'm going to just tell you this. This is just the beginning, if nothing changes for Caroline Dubois. Right now, Dubois to me is at a very, very critical point in her career. If she continues on this path, every moment is going to continue to be scrutinized. Every interaction will be judged. Every fight becomes emotionally charged, and that leads to must-win pressure every time she steps in the ring. You know what I'm saying? And let me just point this out. I don't know how comfortable Caroline Dubois is with chaos. I don't know. But Clarissa Shields is, she's just fine. Like a pig in mud. Clarissa in chaos, pig in mud. It's cool. That's like me being out in the ocean, in that salt water, chilling. I belong there. Clarissa belongs in the chaos, and Caroline Dubois got to make a decision. Because she just doesn't strike me as she's someone who wants to be immersed in the chaos with her back against the wall where she has to win fights. Now, I could be wrong, but I'm just telling you. Clarissa is a person that is all about controversy. She thrives in it. The spotlight, she embraces it. Conflict, she leans into it. But here's the long-term risk: when everything is built on intensity and drama, losses hit much harder. Personal situations get magnified like her relationship with Papoose Pat, and public reactions become extreme. So what this means for Dubois: if Dubois follows that same path fully, her personal life will come under the spotlight. Relationships, if public, become talking points. Criticism expands beyond boxing, and that adds pressure that has nothing to do with fighting ability. Imagine if Dubois now has a boyfriend. Nah, she may. And all of a sudden, it goes public. The way this social media is and these fans are, you think for a second that fans aren't going to start digging into her boyfriend's background, who he is, if they have his name, start to research him? This is social media. The internet will internet. And then Dubois will find herself dealing with more headache, more problems, more unnecessary attention and scrutiny, whether she feels it's fair and unfair. That's the direction she's heading, unless she sits there, man, and she cuts that shit off and she makes a change. She has got to think about what she's doing. I don't think she's thinking long term, because y'all want to come out here and criticize me beyond boxing, cool. You want to put my professional boxing career, my professional boxing life under the spotlight, cool. But don't come out here in my personal life fucking with me. Don't come out here in my relationships and making those talking points for your entertainment, for clicks and views. That's what's going to happen. And that's what she's going to see. I think that's what she's going to realize. Oh shit, I done went the direction I should have never gone. And I think she's going to regret it. So I just think, again, that all those pressures and all that drama, that have nothing to do with her fighting ability. Just like Clarissa. Everyone will say she can fight. They're like, yes, she can fight, however, comma. That's how they do it. And they start talking about all the other shit. So the real solution here, listen, this isn't about telling Dubois to stop being confident. Nah, man, be confident. It's about balance. Confidence equals belief in your skill. Arrogance and fan perception equals pushing too far, too fast. This Dubois going after Baumgartner, I think she should call her out. But again, with the attitude and the way she's going about doing things right now, yes, people are talking about Dubois, but again, it's not positive. And again, Clarissa being attached to her has everything to do, I think, with 85% of the hate she's receiving. I 100% believe that. So my thing is, stay confident. Let your performance speak louder. Show control in big moments. And don't become someone else's version of a personality. Stay true to who you are. So the bottom line, Caroline Dubois and Clarissa Shields, they're both elite fighters, high-level competitors, important figures in women's boxing. But the big problem for them is what's happening outside the ring, not inside the ring. That's their biggest opponent. It's the public perception. And I'm going to tell you right now, in today's era, where you're talking about public perception, how you're seen can shape what opportunities come next. Caroline Dubois is in a good position being with MVP. But if they feel the way she's conducting herself, portraying herself, is not aligned or conducive with the MVP's core values, core competencies, she's going to find herself probably having a very difficult conversation with Jake Paul and Nikisa. And that's not what she wants. Caroline Dubois does not want that. But anyway, fans turning on Dubois. And they're like, yo, don't be Clarissa. You're going too far now. Papoose, pap, pap, in the breeze.